For at least a whole decade, humans have been sailing around the waters of the world. While we've made some incredible discoveries along the way, we've also made some questions arise. While we may find the answers to those questions, we probably won't find the answer to what happened to the crew of the Mary Celeste. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy this episode of the Scary, Strange, and Outright Odd Show. As always, I'm your host, Joseph Jordan. On November 7th, 1872, the 282-ton brigantine Mary Celeste set sail from New York Harbor on its way to Genoa, Italy. On board were the ship's captain, Benjamin S. Briggs, his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia, along with 8 different crew members. Less than a month later, on December 5th, a passing British ship called Dea Grata spotted Mary Celeste at full sail and adrift, about 400 miles east of the Azores, with no sign of the captain, his family, or any of the crew. Aside from several feet of water in the hold and a missing lifeboat, the ship was undamaged and loaded with 6 months' worth of food and water. Now, what you have to understand is that the Mary Celeste had a shadowy past. Originally, it was christened Amazon and given a new name after a series of mishaps, including the sudden illness and death of its first captain in a collision with another ship in the English Channel. An investigation into whether to grant payment by its insurers into the Dea Gratia's crew from salvaging the ghost ship found no evidence of foul play. Mary Celeste would sail under 12 different owners for 12 years before its last captain deliberately ran it aground in Haiti as part of an attempted insurance fraud. In 2001, best-selling novelist and adventurer Clive Cussler claimed to have found the wreck of the Mary Celeste, but later analysis of the timbers retrieved from the ship he had found showed that the wood was still living at least a decade after the Mary Celeste sank. Meanwhile, one of the most famous maritime mysteries in history endures. Why would an experienced captain, such as Briggs or his sailors, abandon a perfectly sound ship? Theories over the years have ranged from mutiny and pirate attack to assault by a giant octopus or sea monster. I'd like to see that monster. While the more scientifically minded propose an explosion caused by fumes from the 1,700 barrels of crude oil in the ship's hold. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle even weighed in a short story published in 1884, in which the inhabitants of the ghost ship fell victim to an ex-slave seeking vengeance. On the less sensationalized end, an investigation chronicled in a 2007 documentary, The True Story of the Mary Celeste, was able to offer no definite conclusion, but did suggest a scenario in which a faulty chronometer, rough seas, and a clogged onboard pump could have led Briggs to order the ship abandoned shortly after the sightings land on November 25, 1872. According to the last entry in the ship's logbook, made that morning, Mary Celeste was within sight of the Azores island of Santa Maria, some 500 miles from where the Dea Grata would find it 9 days later. Before we end this episode of the Scary, Strange, and Outright Odd Show, I'd like to do something a little bit different. I'd like to give a shout out to our most loyal listener. Her name is Miss Emma Harwell, and to that I'd like to say, thank you, Em. It means a lot for all your support to this show. What do you, the listener, think happened? Were they drunk? Was it somehow a setup? Or was it something more sinister, more paranormal? That is for you, the listener, to decide. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Scary, Strange, and Outright Odd Show. I'm your host, Joseph Jordan, reminding you that the truth is always out there.